cómo Dios mostró su fidelidad con nosotros, cómo Dios estuvo en control en nuestro liderazgo y nos ayudó en medio de todas las dificultades.
And one of the prayers that God answered for me was to give me vision and give me strength to push through all the circumstances.
God will always be there for you and nothing else will bother. I think it was in Psalm 23, something about that, where it says, La pastor is my shepherd and nada me faltará.
God has answered my prayers.
We expect God to help each one with the pandemic.
To get closer to God and to trust in Him. Like every time I came to the Fridays classes with my brothers and sisters, I really enjoyed that.
About patience. He showed me that even though sometimes it feels like He's not answering our prayers, He is. We just need to have the patience that He wants us to have.
God has control over everything.
2021, God helped me through online school.
God has shown me that where He guides you, He's going to provide. You might not know how you're going to get through something, but trust in God that He's going to get you through it. Just because you don't see the end.
He brought us all together, me and the youth from our church.
Algo bueno que me pasó en el 2021 es que llegué a vivir a otro lugar nuevo y pude ser más cercana con mi familia materna.
God has shown me to be patient, that I tend to overthink a lot, and He's taught me how to, trust in Him and be patient, that everything will come together.
He helped me a lot in my life. I used to do bad things outside of church. After I gave an alabanza, decided to change, and I prayed where He can help me take over my temptations, allow Him to change my character.
Well, He showed me that He was always there for me, for my family. There was a time where I did get COVID, and it wasn't bad for me, but it got me worrying that, it could go to any of my other family members. Thankfully, it didn't. It stayed throughout my family, and we got quarantined and all that, but in the end, we all got through it. Nothing bad happened to any of us, and I'm glad that it just showed me that God was there with us all.
I was pretty cooped up in my room. I wouldn't talk to anyone, so I had a really low self-esteem. And when we started getting back into the groove of things, I would go to youth events, to the park, just to play volleyball with my church friends and everything. And it really started building my confidence. So when we entered school, I would sit alone, but all these youth events, going to the park from time to time, little things, would build my confidence, and I would start talking to more people in school. And I would be easier to talk to God whenever, I'm praying or we're in church.
One prayer that God has answered for us, well, for me personally, is my dad coming from prison. Me and my mom have been praying for a while, and he's finally here to stay.
God showed me to always have friends at your side, because in 2021 I was going through depression of something. It's school, especially because I was failing some of my classes, and it was stressful trying to bring them back up. But I had friends to help me guide me through and help me out and help me get my grades back up, and to tell me to always focus on school and other things instead of the bad things, and don't let depression or my stress take over me, because it would just hurt me more and bring me down more. And that's what God showed me, to always have friends, and because they are helpful.
Algo que me encantó fue el grupo que vino a tocar, a compartir las alabanzas y el tiempo de adoración con nosotros.
That we all got together and united, and we got time to bond.
We didn't really know what was going on still. 2021 was still COVID, and even though we weren't able to go in person, the virtual camp was a blessing. It shows that, no matter where, God is still there with all of us as a community, even through technology.
My favorite part was spending time in fellowship with my peers, doing the challenges, and watching the Hot Wing Challenge. It was really, really funny. Through this camp, I was able to experience that our district, our youth are stronger than ever.
everybody take place in the virtual games?
What I liked about the virtual camp is the games that he played.
Everyone talk about like their experience through like their lives and all that, and like everyone, like I noticed like a bunch of them either had the same like experiences or like different experiences.
Hearing everybody's testimonies, because it's really beautiful how even though we all may have like different experiences on how we were either led to God or and stuff like that, like we all look to God.
Que fue una experiencia nueva para mí y de cómo lo hizo Cristian, hizo un excelente trabajo, supo llevar todo el programa durante los días y el cierre del campamento virtual. La alabanza y la adoración de Point Loma estuvo estupendo, me gocé mucho con el grupo de alabanza.
When Christian was playing like the games and stuff, brought out his Switch playing Mario Kart and playing Call of Duty. And it was really exciting to see like multiple like churches come into the video that Christian made, like so much different churches doing different challenges and doing all that cool stuff. Yeah, those were my favorite parts in the video.
The spiritual connection we all had, even though it was online.
One thing I liked about the youth camp in 2021 was the effort that the youth council put in.
Bring more teens to this church so that we can all teach classes and learn from each other.
Help me get my self-esteem up, because that 2020 really lowered my self-esteem. So I'm really hoping that he can build my confidence more and let me talk to new people.
Expect God to guide me through school, guide me through my life. I'm still young, but I'm still gonna be turning like 17 in September, but to help me, guide me through anything and get me through any obstacles I get through, and help me overcome stuff that I couldn't overcome back in the past.
Algo que espero que Dios me ayude este año es graduarme de high school.
Like I really want God to like lead me into like into the path that He wants to lead me, and as well like keep teaching me about patience.
Que me ayude a seguir confiando en Él, que me dé las fuerzas para seguir creyendo que Él tiene el control de todas las cosas.
I like God to help me with my anger and my stubbornness, as I can be a little bit like that sometimes.
Quiero que Dios me ayude a acercarme más a Él. I like to involve myself more in the church.
I just want Him to be there walking alongside me throughout my life or throughout this year. And, you know, even when I do forget or I'm going through something, I just want Him to be there next to me.